Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. In this episode we're going to take a look at Harvest Dice by Grey Fox Games, designed by Danny Devine. And this is a dice rolling game, of course, in which you're planting vegetables in your garden and feeding your pig, trying to score as many points as possible. So let's take a look inside the box and then I'll tell you how it plays. Okay, Harvest Dice. Take a look at the box. It's a small compact box. It has the components on the back. Let's open it up. Okay, so we find a Ziploc bag with some small dice in 3 different colors, 3 each. We have the pig token. We have the rule book, which is really just, well, how many pages? 6 pages. Tiny booklet that explains the rules. Okay, we have these sheets that you keep score on, plenty of them, so quite a big block here. And another one, so yeah, you'll have plenty of games from this. That's very good. And we have 4 pencils, so each player can have his own pencil. That's in the box. Let's go to the rules. To start Harvest Dice, each player gets one of these sheets, and you have the advanced sheet and the regular game sheet. And the regular game will have this, this is your field, which has numbers 1 through 6. It has a piggy in its mud pile over here, and it has the market, which is these 3 crates that show the value of each of the vegetables. In the regular version, they already have 1 spot crossed off, so each vegetable is already worth 1 point. And in the advanced version, you'll have to fill those in, so a vegetable could end up having 0 points value. And this has some additional points that you can score. Not only can you score 5 points for filling up an entire row with whatever vegetables you plant, but you also get points for having the most circles crossed off over here in the pigsty, or having the most carrots, the most lettuces, or the most tomatoes. And that's basically the only difference. And every time you fill up a row here, you get a special power. And in the regular game, you just get to change the value of any of your dice with 1 up or down. And in the advanced version, you can do that, or change the color of a dice without changing the value. So what does that all mean? I'll explain. You're going to roll dice and then draft dice, and then you fill in those dice on your sheet. So for example, the first player gets this nice piggy first player market. You take the dice, you roll them. I like to use the box. And then you check what you rolled. And then you can pick in the first round. It's relatively easy. You just, for example, I say I pick this one, which is the 4 in the color green. So that is a lettuce. That means I could plant it anywhere here because that is still empty. So let's say I want to plant it over here. Then I could just draw a lettuce, which is the square over here. I just draw a square like so. And that is my lettuce. Then the next player picks one, so for example, one tomato, and another one picks a carrot. Then it's my turn again. Now I could pick another lettuce, but they have to be planted adjacent to already existing vegetables of the same kind. So if I wanted to plant another lettuce, I would need either a 3 or a 5 or a 4, because I could plant it over here as well. This is all adjacent. And there is no 3, 4, or 5, only a 6 and a 2. And I don't have a full row of circles in the pigsty yet, so I can't change the value either. So I'm going to have to pick something else. Now I could pick any one of them, so I'll just pick the 5 of tomatoes. And I'll just see, well, let's just put it over here. So here's my tomato. There. And that's just basically a circle. And then the next player picks, let's say, a 6 carat. This one takes this one. And then, let's see, what else do I want? Do I want another to account? So I'm gonna have to pick this one. Or I could choose to feed one to my pig. Say I don't want to put my carrot on spot 6. I could place them anywhere actually. But I want to feed one of the dice to my pig. I could pick this one or the green one, because a tomato has already been planted over here, so I can't put it anywhere here. So I have to feed it to my pig, and then I cross off one of these. Then the second player drafts one. Well, this is already a 6, so I could put it here. I just draw it on there. And then finally there is one left, because there's 9 dice. So with 3 players, there's only going to be 2 dice for the last player. In a 4-player game, everybody will have 2 dice, and there will be 1 left. And the final die that is left does not get drafted, and the value doesn't matter, just the color, because that means now the lettuces have gone up 1 point in value. So I cross that off on the market sheet over here. So that means at the end of the game, lettuces will be worth 2, or later in the game, more of course. So that's it, and then you pass the first player token to the second player, you get all the dice, and you've all filled in your sheets. And the second player rolls the dice, and then you start drafting again, etc., etc. And the game ends whenever one of 3 things happens. Either when a player fills his entire cabbage patch, so there's no spot left to plant, then the game ends. You finish the round. Or one player fills up the entire field of pig circles over here. Or one of the markets is entirely filled up to 6. So then the end game triggers, you finish the round, and then you count your points. So each full row of vegetables is 5 points. There's in the advanced, like I said, copy a 5 point to be had for having the most pig points. Then you count the number of vegetables, so you count your carrots times the numbers of squares crossed off here, circles. And you do the same for the lettuces and the tomatoes. You count that up, it says here, you know, the colors, it's pretty easy. So you got your carrots, your lettuces, your tomatoes, your victory points, and the piggy points. So that just means if you filled this row, you get 2 points. If you filled another row, you get another 4. If you fill another row, you get 6. So you add those up. So that goes up pretty fast. And then you add everything up in the end, and the player with the most points obviously wins. So that is Harvest Dice, a roll and write game by Grey Fox Games. So my thoughts on Harvest Dice. Well, I can tell you I've really been enjoying this game. I think it's very simple to explain. It's a nice filler. It has dice drafting. I love the tiny little colored dice. It has a nice theme. It works easily. It's fun with 2, 3, and 4 players. And well, I've just really been enjoying it. I highly recommend it, and I'm giving this 2 thumbs up. And that was Harvest Dice by Grey Fox Games. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and see you next time on Board Game Heaven.